Lesson 13-15, Surface Area of Pyramids and Triangular Prisms. By the end of today's lesson, you will be able to find the surface areas of square pyramids and triangular prisms. Make sure you have a pencil and paper handy so you can work right along with me. So here's a picture of a square pyramid. And then when we cut it apart and lay it out flat, this is what it looks like. So in order to find the area of a square pyramid, we need to figure out what the area of one of the triangles is, and then we can multiply that by 4, since there's 4 of them. And then we add the area of the base. So here we would have, for the first triangle, we would have 4 times half of the 6 times 5, because it would be the base times height. So we have 4 times half, 6 times 5 is 30, and half of that is 15. So 4 times 15 would equal 60. So that would be 60 centimeters squared. Then we'll figure out the area of the base. So the base we can see is 6 times 6. So that would be 36. So we would add that here. 36 centimeters squared. And we add those together and we get 96 centimeters squared. So again, for finding the area of a square pyramid, we find the area of one of the sides, or one of the triangles, right here, and we multiply it times 4. So one triangle times 4. Then we add the base. And that gives us the area of a square pyramid. The next shape we have is a triangular prism. So here's what it looks like when it's in 3D form. Here's what it looks like when you cut it apart and lay it flat. So we have a front, a bottom, a back, and 2 sides. So in order to figure out the area of this, we would need to take the area of the bottom face, and then, because this one is bigger, so we would find this area, and then we can add this area times 2, because it's the same here, and then we could take this triangle and multiply that by 2. Then we add those 3 sums together. So for this one, we would have 18. So the area we're going to first figure out here is the area of the bottom face. So that would be right here along the bottom. And we have 18 times 21. And that would equal 376. So I'm going to write that a little farther over so I can make sure I can line them up and add them. 376 millimeters squared. So our next surface we would do would be the front and back faces. So that's going to be 2 times the front face and the back face. So that would be 21 times 15. And when I multiply that out, I get 630 millimeters squared. And then our last shape would be the triangular bases. Again, I'm going to multiply that by 2 since there's 2 of them. And that would be times 1/2 times 18 millimeters times 12 millimeters. And when I multiply that all together, I get 216 millimeters squared, and then all that's left is to add them up. So when I add them up, I get 1,224 millimeters squared. So again, when you have a triangular prism, you're going to add the base, the area of the base, plus the area of one of the either the front base plus the back base plus a triangle plus a triangle. So here's a picture of a square pyramid. I want you to figure out the area and then come back and check your work against mine. Alright, so for this one, I need to figure out the area of the base, and the base would be 7 times 7, which equals 49 meters squared. So I'll write that right here, 49 meters squared. And then I need to figure out the area of one of the triangles, and that would be 4, because there's 4 of them, 4 times 1/2 of 7 times 9. So that equals 4 times 1/2. 7 times 9 is 63. Let me make that in there. There we go. So 4 times half of 63 would be 31.5. And when I multiply that together, I get 126. So I'll put that over here, 126 meters squared. So then I add those two together, and I get 175 meters squared. All right, I hope that's what you were able to come up with as well. So make sure you check back over your notes and you watch any parts of the videos that you need to before heading off to do today's assignment.